So you want to start a striping business, but you don't know how much it costs. In this video, I'm going to show you what you can expect to pay when you start your first striping business. What's up, Pod Squad? Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you for the support, and keep liking, subscribing, telling your friends, your family, and your dog to watch this stuff. So somebody reached out to me on LinkedIn, a dude from the Caribbean, which is kind of cool. And he's like, how much does it cost to start a striping company? And I was like, we've made a video on that. And I scrolled through and I was like, oh, snap. We haven't directly answered that. So in this video, Matt, through the power of magic and the internet and computer stuff, is going to put the spreadsheet up right here. Look at that. So there's a spreadsheet. So I'm going to walk you through, like, you know, some of the things you can expect to pay when you first start. It's not going to take long. There's not a huge amount for a striping business, but and just keep in mind some of these things you might already have. So I'm not going to put a truck on there. You know, I started with a minivan, so I'm going to work on the assumption you probably have a vehicle already. So first couple things that you want to purchase, how much it's going to cost. Obviously, you're going to need a line striping machine. We do have a video on that. Which machine should I choose? And Matt will link it somewhere here. Where? Here? It's up there. It's up there. Oh, it's up there? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It was right there. I didn't see it. Click that video, and you can kind of get some deets on what your first machine should be. So if you want to buy brand new, like if this is your first striping business, you don't need to get anything crazy. A Graco 3400 is going to run you American around $5,000. Now I have a second column here for used, because you could buy a used machine as well. Graco 3400s, Titan 3500s. You can find them used probably for a discounted rate. So you could be in it for like $3,000. So go watch that video for info on that. Trailer is going to be a big one. So when you first start out, I started with literally a 6-foot long trailer. It's like a motorcycle trailer. I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend it, but it's pretty tight. But I did that because it was like $1,500. Cost me nothing. So your trailer cost could be anything from like $1,500 all the way up to like $15,000 if you wanted to buy a nice long 18-foot trailer. So kind of use your judgment what you need. I would just say this, and people forget this, just because you buy it on day one doesn't mean you're going to use it forever. So that motorcycle trailer, dude, it lasted me like under a season, and then I sold it and it was good. So factor in the price there of a trailer. We'll say like $3,000 maybe for like a brand new, really small trailer, I guess. And used, I mean, maybe 2,000. Play with these numbers. You'll figure it out. What else do you need? You need a stencil kit. So if you're doing a lot of restriping, if you've never done striping before, you're probably going to be doing a lot of restripes, which means you're going to need stencils. So you can expect to pay like $1,000 probably for a really good kit. So things you're going to want in there: handicap stencil, you know, numbers, letters, no parking, loading zone. You probably can get it a little cheaper. You know what? I'm going to say 800 because 1,000 would be a little high. So you can buy a stencil kit. Companies like 1-800-STENCIL, Stencil Plus, they will sell you kits. Other small things: traffic cones. Not a huge deal, but you're going to probably want to spend some money up front. You can probably get away with it on the cheap for like $150, maybe, let's say $200. You know, safety first. If you're going to be in parking lots, cone stuff off. As you get going, you'll learn like which parking lots don't need cones, or, you know, but you should always have them in your trailer. Safety first. Speaking of safety, I'm lumping these two together, like personal protective equipment and small ttools. Again, it's going to depend on what you already have, but if you've got stuff already, you probably don't need to buy a ton, but you probably can bank on spending $100 to get yourself a nice high-vis stuff, you know, measuring tape, wire brush, just little things like that that you're going to use. Okay, marketing. So you could do a lot of different things to start. I highly recommend, like, insanely highly. Is that a thing, Matt? Insanely highly. Thank you. Thank you. Can't recommend enough. Get a good website. You don't have to spend $2,000 to do this. Go onto Fiverr or Upwork, pay someone to give you like a really good website for like $400. And then the key is make sure that you take on the monthly hosting fee, which is usually like $20-$30. So you own the website, you only pay $400 or $500 for it, and make sure you pay for it monthly. So for your first year, between building it and the cost, you're probably in it for $500. You could go a lot cheaper, you know, do some really do it yourself, you know. So I'll put that in the used column. You could do it for like $100, but make sure you do that. I don't think you need to run ads on day one. Just make sure you get a website. That is your best sales guy. Okay, paint is a huge one. So paint, a pallet of paint is going to cost you probably around 16 pails of paint, usually on a pallet. Depends which supplier. You're going to be in it for around $2,000. The important thing here is make sure you set up a charge account at your paint store, your Sherwin-Williams. Like set up an account where you can put it on a charge account and you can pay it 30 days later. That way you can get work done, and not have to wait for money to come in. You can pay it 30 days. A couple other small things. Business license. Don't skip this. My goodness. Can't believe how many people don't operate with business license. Same with business insurance. Your first year, it'll probably cost you $1,000. So let's say up front, maybe $100 a month, maybe, give or take. So, I mean, there's other things you could do here as well to get you going. But for really inexpensive, you could get going for like under 12 grand. So that's with a Graco 3400, a Titan 3500, brand new. The big variance here is going to be your trailer. If you want to get something a lot nicer, like let's say you wanted to get like, a $7,000 trailer, that's obviously going to up your starting cost closer to 16 grand. So just, write it all out on a spreadsheet like this. Honestly, when I started, I had a machine, the world's tiniest trailer, 2 stencils. I think I had a traffic cone maybe. And like, I did have insurance and a little bit of in the business license. I got in it for like under $10,000, pretty well. So you can do the same thing. Hopefully that helps you guys. If you're thinking of starting this business, you can get going doing restripes tomorrow in your market for under $12,000. So if that helped you, let us know. If you have other content ideas, let us know. We will do it. Keep your stripes hot. We'll talk to you next week.